She afraid that somebody's gonna try to put a power coin in her morpher? That was gross. I shouldn't have said. I'm stuck on you, America. I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Johnny Dim.
And today we are playing a little game that was afforded to us by what's the name of that director that we met?
Joe
Piscopo. Johnny?
Huh?
Johnny? What's his name, Johnny?
Joe
Namath.
He's a really nice guy.
Really
That's probably his name.
top-notch start to this episode.
Oh, you're gonna get stabbed!
Yeah, there's no way to avoid that one. But what we're playing today is Conjoined. It is an Atari game, and what I mean by that is that it will literally play on your Atari. We're playing a ROM now because that's what he sent to us. But it is called Conjoined. It is the titular video game to a movie that was created by our director friend Joe. Say his name, Johnny. Say his name, Johnny.
Grisafi.
Grisafi.
Joe Grisafi. Don't get stabbed!
It's a difficult name. I think I get a pass on that.
It's an uncommon name.
Also, I've only met the guy once, but he was super cool, and he sent us a free copy of a game that they just actually had a successful Kickstarter for. And so essentially, these are independent horror films. You know the kind.
Those kind.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like a genre in and of itself. It's usually a smaller budget.
I think he called it himself a micro budget film. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
That's usually what he does.
yeah, and it's that kind of horror film, and he thought to capitalize on that. He'd also design and release these Atari games, and I gotta say, I'm having fun with it. Like, this is actually a pretty solid game.
It's not bad. It's simple. What's nice about it is that the challenge continues for a while, because after you beat it, as you'll see, Zach's about to get through it here. But once you beat it,
Yay!
there's like a game plus. Like, you go back and you can play it through again, and it's harder. Everything's faster.
So I'm gonna save you this, but remember this screen. So what you just saw was the ending screen, because I believe what's this? Wow, dead.
Done.
What's the synopsis?
The synopsis was, this guy falls in love with a conjoined twin without knowing that it's a conjoined twin, and the other twin, is a psycho killer.
Psycho killer?
Yeah. No, she didn't kill psychos. She is a psycho herself and kills people.
So, how does that relate to the floating skull head in the end game that we just saw?
We don't know. We haven't seen the movie.
That's the big question.
Yeah. We'll have to see the movie and then talk about that later.
Is it like a sci-fi or a fantasy, or is it
It's
based
all
on
horror,
reality?
as far as I know.
Well, yeah, but you can be horrifying and be realistic.
True.
You do it every day. Also, why are my nipples exposed? Like, is this like...
It's just a shirtless purple guy.
Is this date 3? Am I naked?
That old trope.
Shirtless purple guy?
Yeah.
Oh, classic shirtless purple guy. As synonymous with American filmmaking as, say, Elmer Fudd or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Pretty typical.
I actually don't know much about the Dahmer case. I think he ate people?
He sampled some people. I actually,
Okay, put that.
he sampled some people.
Yeah, he went to the old buffet, or as most people call it, orphanage. And...
Actually, he usually chose gay men as his targets. He was a closet homosexual himself and would drug people and take them back to his apartment and kill them. And actually, what he was trying to do for a while is make sex slaves. One of those attempted sex slavery things that happened, victims, I could say, escaped, and that's how he was caught. He led the police back to his apartment. And shortly after that, they actually destroyed the apartment complex.
Just because it was all Dahmerified?
I think so. It was, if I remember correctly, it was a little run down already. He was not in the best part of town.
Really?
Yeah.
When you picture the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, you think of glitz and glamour.
Do you?
Yes. Okay, stop making that. Okay, Johnny, I'm okay. Here, you.
My turn.
Yes. And by the way, you may have inherited a bit of a sour economy, as I have already been hit once.
Thank you, sir.
You know, the interesting thing about this whole, like, independent horror film, lower budget horror film turned video game is that it's not the first time that it's happened.
No.
Yeah.
When else has it happened, Zach?
He said, trying not to give away that we accidentally lost all of our footage from last time. No, it happened with the Tropo films, and when we talked about this last time, you said you weren't familiar with it.
Nope.
But that's the Toxic Avenger.
Right.
Yeah, the Toxic Avenger was this. It was this really, really low budget, really campy sort of superhero movie about a janitor that gets exposed to toxic sludge, and it just makes him a mutant. Like, I don't believe it gives him any superpowers of any kind. It just makes him worse looking than before, and based upon that, he decides to fight crime with a mop. And the thing is that it blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a big deal. There are probably lots of people watching this. That's not to say that, not to say there are lots of people watching this, but
oh shit.
There are people still today that remember the Toxic Avenger because he had a Saturday morning cartoon, and he got a license deal with Nintendo to make a Game Boy game, and it's super bad.
I would imagine.
Like,
I don't remember much about. I don't remember at all.
Yeah, you don't remember the Toxic Avenger. It's probably because you're a pleb, and
Yeah.
you didn't have a childhood.
Plebloid. Yeah, that's short for plebloid, correct?
Plebloid, yes.
Which is what your mother called you, right?
No,
Oh.
it means like serfdom, I think.
Oh.
Like, comment, subscribe if I'm wrong about that, because I've gotta be. But, no, like, have you noticed that
No.
that was a kind of, I'm ignoring you now. Have you noticed that there are lots of people who say that? It's not as common as it used to be, but that was like the buzzword for a long time. Like, if you
Plebloid?
if you didn't do this, you didn't have a childhood.
Oh yeah.
If you were in love with Kimmy Jo Johnson as the Pink Ranger, then you didn't have a childhood.
Who's gonna be at Alamo CityCon this year?
Is she gonna be?
Yeah, and she never does appearances.
Really? Why is that?
Why does she never do them?
Yeah. Does
No
anybody
idea.
know? Is she afraid that?
Now,
She afraid that somebody's gonna try to put a power coin in her morpher? That was gross. I shouldn't have said.
Oh jeez, this game is actually pretty difficult.
Although, if I were her, I would be slightly afraid of that, just because she's a beautiful and talented lady, and I'm sure she has a lot.
God damn it!
Yep. Go on. Haha. You might beat my high score. If
What?
I can remember it. Johnny.
Sorry.
Just
Yeah.
try to remember what you're playing. Not that big a deal. Not to say this is a bad game. It's very enjoyable. But, I don't think that you're letting down the speedrunning community at large.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't think you're going to get kicked out of your Conjoined guild.
You making fun of my weight? Ah!
I thought you had it in you, Jenny. I really did.
That's Conjoined, everybody.
We're gonna. Yeah, if we're gonna give a sign off, we're gonna do it playing because it's the only part of this game. Sorry that is it. Like, the actual game is the only part that doesn't have very annoying noises going on. So I'd have to say overall, like, as an Atari game, super solid. This game is fun. You definitely, like, know what's going on the entire time, because there are just lots of Atari games that just blow in that respect. Like, it's very clear what you need to do. Okay, there is an air of mystery to it. If you didn't notice that you got to collect all these hearts and fill up the bar down at the bottom, and that gets you a secret item. I don't know what the item is, but I do know that everything goes freaking insane the second I pick it up, and then I can go all the way up the ladder because people want to go up ladders. So as far as like,
it's a Spider-Man simulator, but he doesn't have webs.
all he has are his nips. Spider-Man ain't got those. I am dead. Ugh.
Face.
That's one thing I like about this game, is that you just know when you've really, really messed up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
That's probably the way you feel when you learn that your longtime girlfriend has a conjoined twin that you didn't know about. Feel like some of that blame's got to be on you.
A little bit.
For not looking to the left.
It's gotta be. Yeah, I imagine this movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I imagine it's one of those horror movies where, oftentimes in horror movies you're always yelling at the characters because, "Oh, don't go that way! Don't go." This is one of those where you're just yelling like all the time. Like, how did you not know? She has a conjoined sister. But yeah, this is conjoined. Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab these scissors and I'm gonna cut those bitches right up. And now they're not conjoined anymore. Yay, we win the game! But we're gonna pretend we win the game here because I don't want to listen to the game over or the windscreen.
Yeah. You notice there are no chip tune songs out there that are done through the Atari soundboard.
I never really thought about it. But it makes okay. There's gotta be some.
I think they sample it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
That's conjoined.